What can I say except hello guys and welcome to the promised missing episode for Kamarebi. And as I promised, I will do that. So we will read all the journal entries one by one, chapter by chapter, pretty much. However, in a little bit different fashion. We're not doing it in game. We're gonna use the direct in-game files. Yep. Right off the bat, forgive me if I misspell anything, or if I stumble a lot because my English is questionable. Nonetheless, let us start. Oh boy, I screwed something up already. Sunday. By the way, this is the first journal entry we ever see in Kamarebi. Sunday, December 15th, 2041. I finally moved in with Isaac. Wow, that feels weird to say. I've been dreaming of a new start for such a long time. Now that it's here, it feels kind of surreal, like a dream. Dreams are good though, especially when the alternative is a nightmare. But I don't think I'll have to worry about that. I may worry about Dante though. He seems to disregard a lot of Isaac's wishes, and their personalities clash all the time. But they seem to use that as a springboard to become closer, instead of an excuse to drift apart. I feel like we could all learn a thing or two from that. Isaac added me to a group chat, and I got to talk with Taylor for the first time. We're going to try organizing an outing in a few days so I can meet him for real. He's a pretty popular streamer actually. I could even tell from an energy he exuded over the text that there was something special about him. I wouldn't throw the term born entertainer around easily, but he's definitely a born entertainer. I could tell he's a bit cautious about his public image though. He kept telling Isaac and Dante not to fight, since he didn't want any scandal on his shoulders. That's a ticking time bomb though. I've only been here for one day, and I can already tell that getting Dante and Isaac to stop teasing each other is a fool's errand. When I write about these people, I feel happy. I definitely made the right choice. Delta. I'm gonna write on the side like a true rebel. Of course, because Delta is a freaking rebel. Oh boy. So, moving on to a second entry. Alright, and going in with a second entry in the journal. Monday, 19. Why did I say 19 something? Monday, December 16th, 2041. Isaac left his lunch at home today, so I had to bring it to him at work. His store is definitely pretty chill, and he even told me that his manager is always hiring. So if it ever came to it, I could work with him. Only if I need to though, a last resort. Working with a friend can easily destroy productivity. There's also the fact that we would be competing for sales. That's never a good thing to do with people who are close to you. Not that there would even be a competition. I mean, I would clearly win. I do feel kind of bad for Isaac though. He mentioned that he lost commissions on a lot of sales. I guess people who were up to no good decided to con him into selling them some stuff. He told me that he can lose points since he's basically enabling their crimes. Since when is ignorance a form of complicity? Isaac is 100% innocent and would always have his back. I wonder what crimes they were committing and why they would need to buy so much stuff though. Maybe I will ask Isaac sometime. If they dock points from his score, they better give him every last detail, or at least let him contest it. But I guess if Argus didn't want to tell him, they could hide behind the new glitch in the system excuse. Glitch in the system, huh? A blanket statement that seems to absolve Argus of any wrongdoing lately. It's pretty weak. Anyway, my mind is just running a bit wild. I wasn't even planning to write in this journal today, but it's currently late at night, and Dante is blasting music while he works. I'm pretty sure that I can hear Isaac fuming all the way from my room. Delta. We're all just numbers in the computers. Exactly, we are. The ID numbers. Nonetheless, let's move on to the third one from the Act 1. And here we go with this third freaking entry in the Journal of Deltas from the Act 1. Tuesday, December 17th, 2041. I met Taylor today. It was definitely an experience. He even tried flirting with me 5 seconds after meeting me. Aww. But I guess that's just how he is. Can't hate a guy for being himself. Harmless fun. It was also my first time going to the Triple R. That's the coffee shop our gang frequented. It also doubles down as a nice place to get a meal. Their hangover breakfast has been immensely recommended anytime the name of the shop is brought up. The Triple R. Rest, relaxation, and whatever the triple one is. I guess it's one of those mysteries we will never solve. Or I could guess I could ask for the employees, but that requires socializing. Anyways, I didn't even get to learn much about Taylor. The topic of the day was our upcoming nightclub trip. Isaac seems to have planned a party surrounding my arrival. And not only that, but there's another new friend of his coming to the town. Holy hell, wonder who, I guess I wasn't the only one. Not that it matters. I can't expect everyone else's lives to resolve around my arrival. But it wouldn't hurt if it did, at least for the first little bit. Everyone likes feeling like a star. Everyone likes feeling like a star every once in a while. Excuse me for that, huh? Dante left his wallet. I think I'll bring it back to him. He did mention wanting to bond when I get the chance, and his room is pretty close to mine. I wonder if he even realizes his mistake. I will figure that out right now. Delta. And we got some markings here on the side. Oh well, kind of ominous, huh? Moving on to Journal 4. Moving to the fourth paper in Dante's Delta's journal. Wednesday, December 18th, 2041. Okay, so I've been forgetting a few things. That discount Isaac applied to my identity wasn't really what I thought. He just shared his friends and family discounts with me since he works for Argus. I feel a lot better about that now. I kind of thought we were cheating the system. I didn't want to get in trouble as soon as after moving. I really like it here. I also started to bond with Dante. He always seemed a bit distant, but I kind of felt a real connection the moment we were alone. You know, without the constant quips he likes to throw around. They were still there, don't get me wrong, but they didn't take the forefront like they normally do. I got to learn more about him and his work, and it was great. I'm sure Isaac will be happy that we are getting along too. Me, Isaac, and Taylor also ran into Zero on the street today. I knew they were here to protest, illegally, yet also peacefully. But I didn't pay them any mind. That all changed today. These people are no longer a concept in my mind, in my head. I've met them for real, and a lot of advice people have been giving me just feels wrong now. Ignore them. Don't get involved. But they are people, and they are suffering. How can we ignore that? Maybe that's why Argus never wanted them in the city, so we always saw them as an invisible threat. I guess it's a lot easier to fight the idea of a person than it is an actual person. I hope they get what they want. Ran out of space on the bottom, so I'm standing here and no one can stop me. Delta. Oh, the rebel you are. Moving on to the fifth one, the last one of chapter 1. Well, the last paper of Act 5, let's go. Well, Act 5, haha, Act 1, sorry. The paper is 5. What can you do? Oh well. Tuesday, December 19, 2041. Well, tomorrow is a big day. We've got all the stuff we need to pregame, and everything is set in stone. I've been taught to take it easy and relax. I wanted to help with preparation, but this party is for me, as they say. So I should just sit back. I guess I should accept that courtesy while I can. A lot of offers I've been given lately were just because I'm new here. I know that once I settle in, I'll be expected to pull my weight. A little more, or maybe a lot more, who knows? But I have a feeling that this exception will become a reality once the dust from our nightclub outing settles. So I guess I'll enjoy this last little bit of laziness while I still can. The visit with my counselor are going well too. Honestly, everything is going well for me lately. It's so much better than where I came from. I finally feel like I can breathe and I live for myself. I think I'm through living for other people. I was used to helping others that I was so used to helping others that I forgot what it feels like to help myself. A little self-care can go an extreme long way. My counselor did mention the zeros though. I kind of have a personal policy where I refuse to lie to my counselor, but I don't know what to do. He technically works for Argus, so I'm not sure how he would react if he knew that I'm not only socialized with a zero, but gave them some of my food as well. I mean, it seems inherently harmless, but I'm pretty sure it's still against the law. I know counselors say that you can tell them anything and it's just between you and them, but is that true? Anyway, Isaac wanted to talk to me about something today since it's our last free day before we get too drunk to function. Oh, they're gonna have so much fun. Engaging content on the left side. Oh, you mean right side? And there's a lot of, what you call them? Komorebi signs, or rather Argus signs. Well, let's move on to the second act. And after small realization and reading into my freaking episodes, holy freaking hell, I just realized we are only missing the fourth one. So we didn't read the first ones. And other than that, we read the second and third one. So guys, let's skip forward a little bit, shall we? And here we are in the future of Kamonebi. The first journal entry of Act 4, aka in the clean, Wednesday, January 1st, 2041. That's a screw up, isn't it? I don't really understand what's happening to me. Part of me wants to tell my counselor that I wasn't doing too well, but a feeling in my head completely disregarded that thought. It was like my instinct told me I couldn't do it. But why? It wasn't the same thing that I felt before I spied on Clay's diary, and when I tried to tell Dante that I saw the Argus agent at our party. Something kicks in and completely removes that option from consideration. I wonder if it has something to do with the fact that I could be under watch by someone from the future. Kind of ironic in a twisted way. No matter where you look, there's some invasion of privacy at play. I just wish I wasn't part of it because of what I did to Clay's. That will haunt me for the rest of my days. I know it. I'm happy to be cleared, even though I'm happy to be cleared though, even if it's not under the best circumstances. These deaths in the town square really shocked the world and put everything on the fast tracks. Hermes, or Isaac, is going to take action in just 4 days. January 5th is now affectionately known as Hermes Day. But you probably already knew that, didn't you? You probably already knew how all of this turns out. I wonder if that's why I feel like my choices are limited sometimes. Maybe something bad would happen if I go off script or try to create memories that don't actually exist. Is that why I can't say what I want to say sometimes? Is it because a future already existed where my words and actions have been determined? Maybe fate binds me too, even without Komorebi. I'm feeling a lot better now. Things make more sense, quote unquote, of course. There's so much explained later on, Yep. Alright, moving on to the next one. Next one, the second one in Act 5, let's go. Act 5, Act 4, beep. Okay, I'm an idiot. Thursday, January 2nd, 2042. There we go, I wrote 2042 this time. Oh, so it was intentional, awesome. A small detail, I like it. There we go, I wrote 2042 this time, but I guess it's a pretty honest mistake. Have you ever done that before? Of course we did that. Sometimes the head kinda lags behind or something. It's odd how wherever you look there's always seems to be a clash between the present and the future. It makes time seem a lot more confusing than just a point A to B. Or if you suffer from Komorebi, then point B to point A. I'm even letting a potential future change the way I act in the present. But I think I'm doing everything properly. Hopefully. The first couple of weeks I was here, I kept seeing strange symbols everywhere. In the back of my mind, there were those you're doing. I was seeing some sort of remnant or leaks from the new nostalgia technology. I could see those diamonds everywhere when I closed my eyes, and it was really messing with my head. But those have since dissipated. In fact, a lot of my negative emotions have straight up disappeared. I came up with this new theory, almost like I was right. And we're more in sync than we ever been before. I'm curious though. Did you think we were me? Did you think were me at what? Did you think you were me at first? Ah, third time is a charm, huh? Did you live life like you were in my shoes? Or were you always aware that this was a fabrication? Oh boy, if I could only answer you, Delta, I would. Trust me, I would do that. But I cannot. But we all know it's all very, very real. Moving on to the third. Let's go, the third one. aka Hermes opened up. Friday, January 3rd, 2042. I'm really glad that Isaac chose to open up to me, and he believes my outlandish theory about what's going on. I suppose he knows Argus better than anybody else, so it makes sense that he would believe me. His knowledge helped him achieve almost everything he's done so far, so his validation means a lot. I guess it doesn't even matter if I'm right though. The way I'm writing these diaries works out in my favor either way. If I'm talking to someone in the future right now, then it will become evidence and testimony. If something happens and this diary is confiscated by Argus, the same thing happens, so I have to start thinking about the future regardless. Besides, I feel like the world will want to know more about Hermes. Figures that become legends usually never get a chance to be known for who they really are. People like that usually just get summed up by their achievements and little else. But I feel lucky that I've gotten to know Isaac on such a personal level. Maybe that's why we're watching me. You are watching me, or rather, we are watching you. I can see the appeal in learning more about one of the men who changed the world. But don't forget about his handsome sidekick, right? Alright? I'm putting in some work too. uh, we are pretty, huh? As Delta. On a more serious note, though, Isaac's story is truly heartbreaking. I can understand why he's doing what he does and why he devotes his entire life to it. We're on the verge of culmination of his entire life's work, and that's really cool to think about, isn't it? Delta. Moving on to the last two. So much confusion, kind of getting straightened out right now. And moving on to the next one, let us go and do it no matter what. aka day before Saturday, January 4th, 2042. Well, tomorrow is the day the leader of Argus finally reveals themselves. Nobody knows who they are, or even why they are appearing. People hope that they will take accountability for the Midnight Deaths. Midnight Deaths? Oh, that reminds me of Major Minor at this point. But for some reason, I feel like that's not the case. Also, tomorrow is the day of Isaac's follow-up interview, but I think it's become clear that he's sabotaging it in order to enact his final plan. He's throwing away his entire career. The level of conviction he has is actually kind of scary, but I guess nothing is stronger than personal belief. I don't really know what to write anymore. I've only really been here for a few weeks, but so much has happened. Maybe this is the part where we just strap ourselves in and enjoy the ending? Well, just probably already know what's coming. You probably already know what's coming. But the possibilities fill me with endless fright. If my life is deemed worthy of being experienced in any way, the tomorrow is the biggest day of it, well, I feel like that will be the selling point. I kind of hoped my move would be simple, a slice of normal life, with maybe some romance and comedy sprinkled in for good measure. But it seems like we're now agents of Cypher, and we're going to help Hermes change the world. Who saw that one coming, huh? Oh, besides you, of course. Delta. Oh, guys, oh, guys. And going on to the last one. And here we go with the last one, the very last one. And thank you guys for watching right here, right now. Hope you will subscribe at one point because we got a lot of people watching for some reason. And I love all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Nonetheless, the last one, the fifth paper of the 4 facts. The fifth journal entry, aka Hermes Day, Sunday, January 5th, 2042. Living life for the future instead of the present. Normally, that would describe all of my friends, but lately it described me and my relationship with my memories. At the end of the day, our own experiences really are the most valuable things in the world. Feelings that belong to you and nobody else. At least, that's how things were supposed to be. Just like Komorebi disrupted the natural order of things, it seems like this new nostalgia technology may do the same thing. We will either become prisoners to our own past, addicted to reliving our highlights over and over, or start to turn other people's lives into a commodity, a story to be bought and sold. I didn't expect to have I didn't expect to have you along for the ride. But I guess some of the biggest moments in life are unexpected, right? Do you know how sometimes you can sense someone's true nature? Like just spending a s- like spending a second with somebody can tell you all you need to know. That kind of happened with you. No matter what, I can tell your intentions aren't bad in any way. Argus is planning some sort of four-dimensional chess here, aren't they? As if Komorebi and the system aren't enough of a nuisance, they are discovering new ways to control it. If this nostalgia technology comes to fruition, we will never know which moment in time could be used against us in future. At, la- at least now we know it's only when we leave the house and stuff like that. With this new technology, most people will spend every second, every day regulating their lives, making pure memories. It feels like that may be their end goal. Either way, we're about to find out. We're in this together now, just like me and my friends. Promised each other at the start of this until the end. And this literally marks the end of Komorebi, I will say this. So guys, one thing I can tell you is yep. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you much for being here, and thank you very much for being in this series for such a long time. It's been an honor being able to stream for you, and it's been an honor to be able to upload for you on YouTube. Nonetheless, thank you very much, and see you on the next series. Bye bye.